Welcome back to yet another episode of Nice Scouse Accent. We think it's episode number 6. I'm joined, as usual, by Jack.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about all the big topics from these last 7 days. And it feels like it's more of a drama-filled week than we anticipated. But we're going to be talking about the Arsenal game and obviously the drama attached to that. The AFCON drama, because it affects our players. More than just two, and we'll come to that in a bit. We're going to talk about the Chelsea game after they've just suffered 3 defeats in a single week. And then we're going to come to your questions that were submitted through Instagram. But first, Jack, I've got a question for you. Is there a way back for Tino Barry?
Ooh.
So people in my comment section were saying he should never play again. People are saying that if he scores, we should remain silent. How do you feel?
No. Come on, no. Come on. Right, for a start, he's come out and said he didn't give anyone Arsenal tickets, right? Or Arsenal fans any Arsenal tickets or whatever kind of narrative you want to go. That's the main thing with him now. That really pissed me off until it come out and he said himself he hasn't done it. However, he could definitely be lying, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's lying, because if he is not lying, oh my dearie me, that's not a good look for him. However, people don't know for sure, do they? So they're speculating. They're assuming, and they're building their own narrative. So what we can only go off is hearsay and let the facts come out at a later date, which is my kind of advice to Everton fans with the whole Barry situation. If you don't like him, you don't like him. But I don't think there's a need to hound him out. Especially if he goes and scores for us and we're silent. That's too far, mate. I don't know what you think about the whole situation. I know certain creators have genuinely lost their mind. Head is on another planet bad. But I don't know. I just think it's a really bad situation. A really, really rubbish one.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's just completely avoidable. Both sides. Yeah. Both sides.
That's the annoying thing, bro. That's the annoying thing, man. So avoidable.
Yeah, and whatever. Listen, whatever happened, right? Once you make it violent, you kind of do lose the moral high ground. Well, you definitely lose the moral high ground.
Yeah, you do.
But to counter that, if it is a problem and there's an investigation ongoing, I don't feel like Tino Barry needs to come out and make it make a statement on Instagram, because that can all be done through the club. And
I agree.
Barry's a good example of having a personality online, and it's good. It's good for 90% of the time, but sometimes you feel like he could have been given advice, because obviously he's younger than us. He's a young kid. He's got loads of money. He's in great shape. He's a professional footballer living everybody's dream. You're gonna have a different perspective on how you see things, and because we know if you're a professional footballer, you're up here, but everybody who did those shoes are gonna just think of themselves as a normal person.
Yeah.
So his actions aren't reflective of how you probably should act in that situation, but it's hard not to when you're so vocal and prominent online.
Well, he's a great example of when a player has a personality, it's great 90% of the time. When it doesn't go that way, the good way, it's always really, really bad, because I think everyone sees footballers, they don't see them as human beings, and I think that brings negative in both aspects. One, they forget that they are human beings and they do have emotions, and that they are mostly controlled by they're trained, aren't they? In the media, they're trained. People run their accounts for a reason, is to protect their name and their brand.
Yeah.
When you have a player like him, who it very clearly doesn't care, he loves a joke, he loves a bit of banter, he will post whatever he wants, and I love that with players. But when it does go the other way, it reminds people that these are just people, and that I think it kind of instigates a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like people feel like they have their own, I don't know what I'm trying to say, it's really, really tough to say. But when they expose themselves as being a human being, I think we'll look at them very differently.
Yeah. It humanizes them to the point where, obviously these players are people, but because it humanizes them and it kind of makes them more, they feel like there's more of a reach there. You can actually get to these people.
Yes.
There's some sort of sourness then, because if it's a bulletproof, just a face account that has no actual substance to it, people probably aren't going to care that much. But when they feel like there's a route to get to them, they are going to say mad stuff. And the problem with this is like the people, like if I was a fan in that away end, it would have 100% annoyed me if I was surrounded by Arsenal fans, because the way we lost it, the emotions are obviously running really high, and it is very frustrating when you're 1-0 down and then it goes 2-0 down as a nail in the coffin, and you're going to be frustrated more than anyone as an away supporter in that instance. And if you are poked a bit, you are going to lash out or say something. Yeah. So it's kind of, in a way, what do you expect to happen if say we believe the fans that say that these were Arsenal fans who were wearing Arsenal shirts. That's on these people wearing the Arsenal shirts, not really on Tierno Barry, because he can't control them. But they should know better. They should 100% know better. Like, Everton fans aren't really known for that kind of behaviour. So it feels very hard to me. It's hard to believe that it was without any instigation behind it.
Yeah, like this is why I hate the situation, because what Barry has done, he has made it where no one could defend either argument. So now it's left it in a really, really toxic space, is where you can't condone violence, and people that are actually, there are some people online backing the fans for doing it. That, let's just make something very clear. Violence at football games is an absolute no matter the circumstance. Like, you can't warrant that, right?
No.
Which then puts a bit of disdain in people's mouth, because they know they can't outright blame Barry because there is violence involved. And the way how he's done it has really, really not done well with the fans, and it's really put a lot of fans off, because it's put you in a position where you think, what do I do? Like, I can't back any argument here. My video, I didn't know what to say.
Yeah,
they were both wrong.
Did I? People asked me if the fence I was sitting on was too sharp, and I'm like, you can't pick a side. Both sides are wrong. And
I know.
The one thing I found interesting in the statement by Barry, the second one, I think it was, he said that his friends were approached twice asking if they support Arsenal, and I don't feel like that would have happened had there not been any reason to believe it. Because if people get the sniff of their family or friends of a player, usually, in my experience, you get nicer treatment.
Yes.
So there must have been something in, like, we can't obviously, which is pure speculation, but
it's a surreal moment when you see someone like that in the ground.
Yeah.
Or that they know them. And Everton fans are fantastic fans. Like, Barry really said in his video, and it's a great point about the Burnley game where Jack Harrison's mum was in the ground a lot of the time.
I was going to bring that up.
And let's all be honest here. Just look at me down the camera lens. Harrison was ball bag. He was not good, okay? He was rubbish. But he worked hard, and the fans accommodated his family so well, even though he wasn't even a good player for us. Everton fans, everyone knows my stance on Barry. Like, I really like him. Like, I want him to do well at Everton. I'm sensing bullshit there. I shouldn't swear, but sorry. I just don't think Everton fans would do that. I just can't see that.
It's so hard to believe. In my experiences, following Wales, the away end is often full of family and friends. Brennan Johnson's dad is always there. He's always there, and he just gets treated like everybody else. It's not even preferential treatment or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, another Wales fan. So, but you can clearly tell it's him because he's got Brennan Johnson on his back. He's the only person that does. But so that's why, through lived experience, it's very hard to say that he's not. There's something in that. I really feel there's something, a bit of a slip maybe, or maybe a bit too much information. But that's the problem with these statements that don't come from the club. You can speculate, You can always speculate on them.
You can build your own narrative, which is what half of the fan base has done. And what Barry has not helped himself with, as he has put himself in a corner and dug himself a hole where most of the fan base can build a narrative on him in a negative light, not a positive one. That's what I really don't like about the whole situation, because he has put himself in a position. He has put himself there by putting that on his social media. He didn't need to do that.
No.
And he is given every reason and excuse for all the fans that don't already like him, and it's a lot of the fan base to really nail home now and say, you know what, do one. Let's get him gone in the summer.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. And it could have been avoided.
Yeah. Because when it's something like football, a bit of footballing ability, it's all... You can't be everybody's cup of tea.
Correct.
When it's a personal thing like that, it feels just a bit more hostile.
Yeah.
It absolutely does. Having said that, if he scores... If you don't celebrate that goal, if Tino Barry scores a winner against Chelsea on Saturday and you don't celebrate that goal, you're part of the problem.
Yes, correct.
Toxic.
You can have an issue with him. You can think what he's done is bang out of order. But whilst he's at the football club, you've got to get behind him not for the sake of Thierno Barry or any footballer, it's for the sake of the club, right?
Yeah.
If we go to Chelsea and he does score a late winner or he scores in the game, and you sit there and you're like, oh, whatever, I don't care, yada, 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 then you really are not helping the issue at hand. Like, you are becoming a part of the issue when you don't need to be.
Yeah.
If you want him gone in the summer, fine, whatever. But whilst he's here, like any player, the players that we aren't fond of, Mikolenko, who else could be chucked in there? Maybe even Patson, the likes of players like McNeil, even though his resurgence has been quite good. Players like that, you need to get behind them whilst they're still here.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's the end of it, really, I think.
Because end of the day, like the Tierno Barry goal is an Everton goal. You know what I mean? So if you do feel like you have to protest a player's goals, in my opinion, it's just performative toxicity. It's not achieving anything. It's setting a bad tone for what has been quite a good season. I think that's like everything we can really say on it, really.
Everton fans don't need that stigma against them as a fan base, because we are, in my opinion, I think we're the best fan base in the entire league.
Yeah.
Of course we can say I'm biased, but every other non-Everton fan knows Everton fans are top fans, elite fans in this league, and you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're going to want outsiders to look at you in a different light like that.
Yeah, exactly. Players
just be bigger and better than the situation at hand.
Yeah, players talk, and I can guarantee toxicity like that towards a player is not going to help. It's not going to help. You can have as much of a nice stadium as you want. If it's full of silent protesters, players aren't going to go, I want to go there.
You can always pull a positive from a negative. At least we aren't fighting relegation, because, oh my God, if we were, my God, it would have been 10 times worse.
It would be so tense.
Jesus wept. It would have been horrendous, mate. But thank God we aren't.
It's kind of like, if this is the worst problem we have, it's all right.
Yeah.
Could be Spurs. Could be Spurs.
Could be Tottenham Hotspur.
But we're not. Speaking of Spurs, let's talk about the reverse Spurs, Arsenal.
The total reverse.
Yeah, the absolute antithesis. One thing that obviously is a loss, and we're not going to touch on it too much, we're going to look ahead to Chelsea a bit more. But one thing that I feel like happens once in a blue moon and never is a problem is Jacob Bryant at centre-back. Just keep doing that.
Well, to be honest, I think against Arsenal, I think he was slightly shaky. However, I also think that it's down to him playing with Michael Keane as well.
Yeah.
I think overall he had a good game, and I think like for every time I sit him at centre back, it just makes me think like I think he's the man, isn't he, for the future of Everton, playing with Jared Brantwaite. He's the man.
There's nothing I don't like about his game. Quick.
Yeah, neither.
He's comfortable on the ball in his own half, not in the opponent's half, and he's massive, and recovery-wise, he's exceptional. So I think there's something to be done there, and the more we play him there, the more his value will improve, and I guarantee somebody will look at him and go,
Agreed.
Yeah,
but I think the only thing with Jacob O'Brien in his game is in duels and using his body, he should be doing better, especially for a defender. I think sometimes he can be a bit weak.
Yeah.
If he can fix it up like how Tarkovsky is like a brute. If he could integrate that a bit in his game, he would be an absolute monster of a centre back.
Fill out a bit and then just use it and be aggressive. Because from what I see from like his personal socials and that, he's very, very humble. Mm-hmm. It just needs to
Seems
be.
Seems like a really nice bloke, to be fair. He does.
Yeah, too nice. All you need skinhead and a beard.
Yeah.
Then we're cooking something. I feel like the quality of players got like this once they have like a nice skin fade and like fluffy top.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, mate.
I know. It keeps me up at night. And the problem, obviously, with Jacob Bryan is when you're playing him at centre-back, it's through necessity because he's kind of doing a job at right-back mostly. And if he's not at right-back, you have to play James Garner there. And it's really annoying because James Garner is solid at right-back.
Yeah. Mate, against Arsenal, top of the league, people are saying that they could be the best team in the world at a position. He didn't put a single foot wrong the whole game.
No.
Genuinely, the whole game. I don't think he made one mistake. Like, he is unbelievable, he is. But it just shows again, yes, he was great right back, but that's why you play him in his natural position because, my God, did we miss him there. Like, Irabunum, I think we're going to come to him in this pod.
Yeah.
Another great example, by the way, in that game, why I'm a big, big fan of Tim Irabunum. He's got a very bright future. Yes, he was good. He had a great game, but I think there's aspects in that game where we desperately miss Garner in the midfield.
Yeah, the progression.
Yeah,
the progression is. If there's a world where I think you could play both of them together, and their qualities rub off on each other, and you get if one's really good at one thing, the other's really good at the other thing, kind of balances out.
Yeah,
but that's the thing about Arsenal. They're all good at everything. They're all 8 out of 10 in every single department. Declan Rice is the personification of that. He can shoot. He can carry the ball. He can defend. He's the kind of player we lack a bit. We've got specialists, but that makes them limited. Like Ghana gave, for example.
Yeah, that's a good point, to be fair. And I think that's why I actually think James Garner has gone to a new level because I don't think he's a specialist. I think he's an all-rounder.
Yeah.
That's the difference in his game, I think. Genuinely, play him anywhere, he'll do a job. Yeah. He's scored a couple more goals this season. You could just tell by the way some of his goals this season, he's got a bit more oomph about his shot, about his emphasis on how he shoots a ball now. It's very different to previously.
Yeah.
His progressive passing has skyrocketed this season. Like, he always looks to progress. He's unbelievable in a challenge. He's a great defender as a midfielder. He runs non-stop. He's genuinely good at everything. Literally everything. And that's why I don't like him right back. He plays well there, but you play him in his natural position. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's it. Do you know what frustrated me the most out of that game? Arsenal, top of the league in a game they had to win, willing to put on a 16-year-old. Yeah. Willing to put on a 16-year-old. And like David Moyes has now been on the touchline for the 3 youngest goal scorers ever. Dalman, Rooney and James Vaughan. He's there. He's been there for every single one.
I know. And I just think... I'm not going to say Tyler Diblin because I think that's going to be one that either comes later in the season or that's a next season job. But Tyreek George... How is he not coming on in that game? Like, why did we sign him, bro? If he can't come on in that type of game.
Yeah, exactly. It feels... I feel there's trust issues there.
It's definitely a trust issue. It's always going to be a defensive trust issue with David Moyes. That's why he won't play down Tyler Dibbling.
Yeah. I feel like Moyes is going a bit against the grain with these signings because these are clearly not his signings. Clearly not. By this point, we should know that. With the amount, the frequency of it is too frequent for it to be just a coincidence by now. Because Tyler Dibbling, Tyreek George, Adam Asnu, they've all been kind of put to one side and not really used when these are players we could absolutely use.
Yeah, especially Adam Asnu.
Yeah.
Especially him. Like,
Yeah.
I normally don't like when players come on social media and do all this stuff. Feel like Barry, no one likes it. I think it's kind of cringe and annoying. But him, in my opinion, he's an exception because I've never seen a young player get given a chance in a game, come on, impacted the way how he did against Sunderland, changed the game for us, and gave us a chance of going through in that cup in, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And not be given a single minute afterwards. That has to be personal.
It doesn't have to be at left back. It doesn't have to be.
Play on the
wing.
Left wing.
Yeah. It's so weird. And there's people saying that there was a stat going around that Asnu himself retweeted. It was something along the lines of most dribbles completed per 90.
Saw that.
Yeah, and he was second, 2.2. And people were saying, but Moyes doesn't rate the quality of a left back through dribbles. I'm like, you're not seeing the wider picture here. You're seeing what he can offer as opposed to who we have already.
Correct.
Who don't get anywhere near the numbers of that. I think Iliman Jai averages less dribbles per 90 than that. Because now both sides.
I know, like, and it's. I just think if you've got in the eights, Irabuna, Madrissa Gay, James Garner, they're to fill in pockets and gaps to kind of help him in his defensive contributions, in his, just to help him out a little bit as a youngster, to integrate him slightly. Like, why on earth would you not start integrating him a little bit? He's not going to be as good as a defender as Mikalenko. That's obvious, mate. I think he's 8 years younger. Like, that is inevitable, but it's what he offers going forward that we haven't had in God knows how long, since Leighton Baines or Digne, late Digne.
Yeah, you can get lost in the defensive solidity bit of it, I think, a bit, because the point of it is if you've got Jake O'Brien at right back, he's just going to stay there. You still have a back three, like a solid flat back three. If your left back pushes up a bit, you just move to a 3-2-5. That can easily be done because Njai can move inside and Asnu gets all that width to himself. But I feel like at this point, Asnu feels like he knows he's not going to get in the team, and so it might as well be vocal on social media.
If we get rid of him, my head will be on Mars.
Yeah.
Like most Everton fans, I don't think actually realise who we've signed. Most people who are in the know, as a job, they're analysts, they're scouts, etc., etc. Most people top in the football media couldn't believe that we signed him.
Yeah, so many neutrals were saying it. They were jealous.
Yeah, they were. He's a real top talent, and I just don't. When a young player goes, usually there's a reason.
Yeah.
I don't see a single reason why he should not be given a chance. And if we sell him or get rid of him without even giving him an opportunity, my head will be on Mark, because he reeks of somebody who will leave Everton and smash it. He would smash it. The others up for debate, he will go and smash it somewhere.
Yeah. The repercussions of it are way bigger than people think as well, because when you're trying to sign these talented players, they've got options. They have options. When you're not playing these players, they're just going to use that player as a case study and go, well, if you didn't play him, why will he play me? And it's not just Asnu. So you can't just blame the character of the player, because those young players that we're trying to sign are going to point to all the other ones and go, what makes me different to them?
It's also Tyler Dibbling. It's currently also Tyreek George. It's also Merlin Roll.
Yeah.
It's
deeper.
endless.
Yeah.
You could even make an argument for Chimiti.
Yeah, never given a chance.
He was never given a proper go.
No.
Granted, didn't look great, but at the time with what we did have, I mean, come on. Who's to say we could give him a go? Like, do you know what I mean?
I feel, it's so frustrating. And I feel like the management, not the manager, I think like the upstairs people in charge of the board and the director of football and everyone involved in that is going to look at this and go, oh, this is a problem. This is ruining our assets. And I feel like the performances have been good enough for Moyes to stay. However, it's teetering, I feel like, because obviously the hierarchy of the club have got this vision of wanting to improve the players, the squad of players, but also value of resale comes into that because we're not at a space where we can go and buy the best ready-made talent. We have to buy the prospects and make them better to allow that chain to continue. And if we don't, then it's going to be a very sticky couple of years because we're going to keep losing money.
That's what I try to tell people. The whole Barry signing, like people say, "Oh, get rid of him in the summer and get someone else in." Like, who are we going to sign?
Yeah,
that will score 10, 15 goals a season.
Yeah,
we can't. We're not in that position to do so. So we have to buy prospects. Yeah. We have to buy the Tyler Dibblings to hopefully make money on him, big money. Barry, to be honest, Barry in his market is not even expensive. He's relatively cheap.
Yeah, he holds that value. We can't really regress that value.
Nah, if we sold him within his deal now, he's on a 5-year deal.
Yeah,
we'll lose maximum 5 mil on that.
Exactly. It's the people who want us to sell them and then buy someone like Ivan Toney are the people that thought that selling John Stones and getting in a 32-year-old Ashley Williams was a good move.
Yeah,
it's just not long term.
Didn't age well, did it?
Absolutely not. Regardless of the price, the long-term price is not worth paying. And speaking
of John Stones, we're actually low-key linked with him again. I don't know if you've seen.
Don't do that to me. Would you take him?
Depends on the deal, but yeah.
He's not playing.
As a player, yes.
I just worry about him because he's big money. Has he got the?
It depends on the deal.
Yeah. Pay as you play. Give me some of that. The Asnu thing. Vocal on Twitter about not playing, but he was also vocal on Twitter about some huge news that happened last night, and that is the AFCON. To be fair to Asnu, he didn't say anything that bad. He said in his, I think his Moroccan Arabic, which is slightly different to normal Arabic, I think he said something like along the lines of Morocco forever, which is their whole thing. Like, a lot of people have been saying it throughout the tournament. And, okay, fair. But do you realise who your teammates are?
Yeah. Is that another point where it kind of just shows he doesn't care anymore?
Yeah, might as well. He's probably not got a rapport with these players. He's probably not training with them.
No, probably not. It would surprise me. And if that is the case, I do worry about the future of Everton if that's how these youngsters are being handled. I've got to be brutally honest.
Yeah. It's been a really weird week of social media. Everton have posted a picture of Cai and Jack in their Senegal kits in show of support. It just feels like everybody is saying something about everything at the minute. It's really, I know it's hypocritical for me to say that on the podcast, but it does feel like he said, she said, this drama, this gossip. I don't think that this AFCON thing will go away. I feel like, because there's going to be massive repercussions for this.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Football lost last night.
Yeah.
Football lost in general. How that has been allowed is mind-blowing.
Yeah. Well, you don't...
For apparently forfeiting a match that they actually played.
Yeah, exactly. And the walking off, I feel... Careful what I say here, but considering everything that happened in that final, the ball boy incident, for example, the Morocco players taking the towel of the goalkeeper, the substitute goalkeeper Senegal having to stand there to guard a towel in what is a major final of the biggest competition on an entire continent is a disgrace. And you're right to be annoyed if you're Senegal players, because nobody was helping them. Nobody was helping them.
They will use that legally. Those points you've just brought up.
Yeah.
They will also class that as cheating.
Yeah.
And they could also revert the argument the other way, because everyone thought the game was scripted to Morocco. The whole penalty incident was an absolute disgrace.
The reactions after the penalty was so...
The reactions, all the little antics Morocco were up to, as you've just brought up, the stuff they were trying to do. Senegal will use that in a court of law. They will bring that into a legal battle to try and sway the other way. It will not rest with Monaco will win it. Like this I reckon this will go on for ages.
Yeah.
Because it ain't right. It's not.
No. It's because if you're Moroccan, like, you can celebrate if you want to celebrate. Who am I to tell people if they can celebrate or not? But, like, it's not worth celebrating almost.
You know you didn't win it.
Yeah. Sporting-wise, you just didn't.
This is 2 months later, mate. You already accepted you lost.
Yeah. Changing it now.
You did lose. Everyone knows you lost. Like, them walking off the pitch did not... No one thought they're going to forfeit the match. If they were going to forfeit the match, they would have done it there on the spot. Not taking it to court and determining that Morocco won the game 2 months later. Like, that... No. It's not right.
Yeah, exactly. That it's on... The referee is ultimately in charge of these moments. And if they
he
off,
didn't stop the game.
Exactly. It's taking that away. Also, funny, Senegal have also refused to give back the trophy and the medals, which I rate so highly. Yeah, it's so good. Like, just make more medals if you get that much. Senegal are going to go... This is going to be so interesting to see how it plays out, because Senegal are now considering pulling out of CAF, which is like the African version of UEFA.
That would be mental.
Yeah.
I can't say.
It'd be nuts. It'd be one of the most... It'd be the biggest thing to happen in African football ever, probably.
Yeah.
Senegal, entire country, pretty much the best country in that continent, sporting-wise, if you're going off the final result up until yesterday, pulls out of it'd be like France pulling out of UEFA.
It is not going to end well, and it won't stick with Morocco winning the thing. I think eventually it will go back to Senegal. Yeah. They've got no choice.
Yeah, exactly. Both these countries are going to be at the World Cup as well, and it just pulls unnecessary attention.
Like, are we witnessing history here of a new bout between countries? Because this is passport rivalry now. This could get ugly.
Yeah,
between
absolutely. Those two. And these international tournaments now are being so superseded by politics, by people in suits making decisions.
Yeah.
It's ruining it a bit. Like, Iran probably aren't going to go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I read, I don't know how true this is, I read that if they do pull out, the country that is going to get their spot is Italy. Because they're the highest ranked. That is so... That's just not right.
How on? That is not... No.
Haven't qualified. They're the highest ranked team, fair enough. But one problem, they're not in the Asia Confederation. Give it to somebody who Iran beat along the way.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
You didn't qualify Italy.
Exactly.
So...
It just makes you wonder, Italy has America has a lot of Italian population. There's that playing factor. But who knows?
Oh, no one will know, mate. No one will know. But the whole thing is very, very, very shoddy. It's very odd. And football lost last night, how that randomly popped up abruptly 2 hours later on a Tuesday night saying, oh, by the way, Morocco are now the winners.
Yeah, it wasn't an announcement. It was just slipped through the back door, and obviously people jumped on it. It was so unnecessary.
I reckon they didn't think people would react as much as they have.
Yeah,
I think it's backfired on them big time because they've delayed it by 2 months. I think they thought no one would care.
Yeah,
there'd be a bit of an uproar. There'd be a bit of an uproar. There'd be this and that, but everyone has said and agrees on the same thing. This is mental, and that can't be an example that could be used in future for football. Like, imagine if this happened like the Champions League, for example. Just say, I don't know, there was a massive bust-up between, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's controversial? Who's technically controversial?
Rangers.
No. Whatever, mate. Whatever. And this happens in there. That then sets a precedent that this could happen over and over and over again. Yeah. And the beauty of football is literally the unknown. You fight for the last game to win trophies, and if you know that could be stripped away from you for that,
it's sporting merit. It's sporting merit, not somebody in a suit somewhere making a decision 2 months later that they won. What's the point then? And the retrospective action of it is scary to me, and it probably won't affect us as Everton fans. But say that somebody somewhere in charge of the English governing body, like the FA, they go, oh, that's a great idea. They've done it. We can do it. So when these Man City charges, if they get punished, come through, will they then go, well, if they did it, we're going to do it? And then retrospective action comes in and the league titles go. I mean, this is how ridiculous it is. Like, me saying this just makes it sound ridiculous, but this is what happened.
But but this is, mate, this is what happens. When somebody gets away with something, others will copy it. Yeah. And they can use that as an example. This is why it can't happen.
Exactly.
It needs to be reverted back to Senegal, and they need to tell Morocco, hold that, you're lost. Yeah. Swivel on it, do one. I just can't fathom how they can sit there, probably in some really posh meeting with some losers, and decide they forfeit the game even though they played the game and won.
Yeah, I'd love to know who decided. I would love to know what there was to gain.
That's literally my whole point of what I'm saying about the Champions League. Like, if this is accepted,
yeah,
do not be surprised if something like that happens again, but in Europe.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Give an inch, take a mile.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Go on, Senegal, go and pull out of CAF. Go on, come and play in UEFA. That'd be crazy.
That would be limbs.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I know.
Yeah, Senegal away with the boys. Everybody likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, all in all, very, very dangerous precedent being set, and a very unneeded, unnecessary decision by the CAF.
Yeah.
Away from that, another club who have been in the headlines recently, and we're playing them on Saturday, Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have to be extremely careful what I say about Chelsea.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Jack can say what he wants.
No, it's our podcast. Legally, I don't really want to put myself in that corner.
So, would you put Brian back at centre back?
Just skip past the
unpleasantness.
Yeah, but we all know, don't we? Brian centre back.
This is ridiculous.
I wish I could go all in here because, oh god. But anyway, Brian centre back.
Yeah.
Is O'Brien out? No, not. Oh god, man's gone. Brian Fate, is he gone?
Great question. The Twitter people with the faceless profile pictures are saying he's out until August. The website I use to check injuries, which I trust, says he might be back for this game. So it's a toss-up, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, actually, this is a question. Do we know why Tarkowski was out?
No, we don't.
Yeah, because I never knew. I never found out why he was out.
That it just says you go through the press conferences and Moyes just kind of skirts around it. I feel like if Tarkowski's back, he's nailed on to start, which then means O'Brien right back.
Yeah.
I think. And if there's a world of O'Brien and Branthwaite together, do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
Do it, bro. Yeah.
So I think Ghana at right back is, I hate it, but like against clubs with like prominent attacks, like dangerous attackers, I don't mind Ghana at right back. We saw what he did to Cunha.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I agree. However, Chelsea equals buns right now.
Buns.
They are garbage can. They are really bad. Really, really bad. Like 3 losses on the bounce. They have just been rolled up and put in a spliff by PSG. It was an excruciating watch. Kvaratskhelia generally had a field day like he's playing PE.
Yeah.
They're not it, bro. No. Chelsea are not it. And Liam Rosenior, they can be got at, bro. They can be got at. Everton can get a result against them. I hate playing Chelsea every year. It is pants. I hate playing them.
Yeah, it's always
my God. They have gone down the bog, mate. They're not good.
Nah, it's too thought through. They played Enzo Fernandez left wing against PSG. What are you doing?
Like literally, what the hell are you?
You see the Newcastle score.
Hang on, let me react live. Let's have a look.
Yeah. Okay, Jack's going to react live to the Newcastle score. He's just blown his nose and he's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Holy moly!
So good.
No, hang on a minute.
Bad. 6-2
so-
at the time of recording.
So, Newcastle, you went 1-0 down, then equalised. 2-1 down, showed some serious fight. Back of the game, it's 2-2. You're now losing 6-2. Okay. 7-3 on aggregate. And, oh dear. It's not even late into the game. This could get very ugly. Okay.
Very ugly. Somebody check on Anthony Gordon.
And Geordie Josh.
And somebody check on Geordie Josh. His hair.
Yeah, oh dear.
It's a fine example of a man who needs a haircut.
Right, nose bit blown, little laugh at Newcastle, back to the good stuff. Right, what was
Yeah,
it?
we'll keep it on Champions League because Chelsea obviously struggled with Bakala and Kvaratskhelia. Both legs. Both of them scored in both legs.
Yep.
And it's that dual threat because they've got threat out wide, both of them, and they just get at their fullbacks. So I feel like, personally, Iliman Ndiaye, one of them, obviously, but Dwight McNeil isn't that type of winger.
No.
I think this could be one for Tyreek George against his old club.
Yep.
He didn't have a point to prove.
Wait, can he play?
Oh, no, he's on loan, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he is.
There's an option to buy. We haven't bought him yet. I feel like this is a game for Dwight McNeil.
Yeah, that'd be.
I've heard great things.
He's a fabulous player.
That's a shame. We need somebody to be direct on both wings because they're just going to sit double on Jai.
Like every bloody game, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to kick him. Great. But they do lack centre-backs. Like, honestly, their defence is... Apart from Kukureya's great, but otherwise, it's average. Like, Sarr got taken off. Nobody pull Kukureya's hair, though.
No.
Like, I would be tempted. It looks so grabbable. But like we've learned lessons. Michael Keane, I'm looking at you here. But overall, their defence, Sarr got subbed off. He's 18. He's just a kid. Fair enough. Chalobah went off injured. And then you're looking at the likes of Badiashile, Jorel Hato. And they're not like mammoth centre-backs you look at and go like, we can't get past them. They're going to beat us aerially. They're going to win their ground deals. They're going to do everything. These are defenders that aren't used to playing with each other because they change it so often.
Yeah.
I feel like, do you know what? Beto in this game will be able to ragdoll a few of them, bully them with a chaotic energy.
Yeah, but if he actually uses his body, which he never does, just does my head in.
Yeah.
Like, Beto could generally be a good striker, mate. He generally could. Like, if he used his body properly, what his aero jaws, he won a lot more of them. He'd be a decent striker, mate. And against that back line, if we can try and get him in behind to rough him up a little bit in transition, yeah, he could do some serious damage. And I don't think Barry will be playing next game, that's for sure.
No.
That's Stonewall, I think. Yeah.
Who else can we play up front? That's it.
The Ginger R9.
Ginger R9's not going to be given any minutes. I feel like he'll be playing first team for Northern Ireland before he'll be playing for Everton.
I agree. I back that, to be fair.
But once he does, like Isaac Price, great example of this, was playing first team for Northern Ireland. We sold him to Belgium. And then he's come back to the Championship for West Brom. And in a season where West Brom are like awful, Isaac Price is class.
Yeah.
Like, if he can survive in the Championship and hold your own at a young age, it's a shame that we never gave him a chance.
Yeah, and if you can hold your own in the Championship, especially in a bad side, you normally are.
Yeah.
Either you will be or you are Premier League quality.
Yeah, Haddison Armstrong, prime example of that. Have you seen
Preston are in the mud, mate, after he's left.
Yeah, they're 17th. They were like 5th or something when he left. They haven't won since January 4th.
I think they were in the run for the playoffs. I think they were like 5 points off. 7 points off.
There's always one team that do that.
Yeah, every single time. And it is Harrison Armstrong's greatness. That's what's cost them.
They've lost about 3 players in one there.
Yeah, literally. They've lost Pele, Messi, and Ronaldo.
Weirdly, when I saw Enzo Fernandez playing left mid for for Chelsea against PSG, my mind went to Harrison Armstrong playing right mid for us. That's the equivalent. It's the £100 million difference, but it's the equivalent. Maybe we do it again. Maybe we do it again. It does feel like a big game thing that Moyes likes to do.
Oh, please, no. Please,
I'm just saying, it could happen. It very much could happen.
No, please, no.
Another player facing his former club is Kieran Disby Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we can get something out of him for this one. He's talking the other day.
Yeah.
He's talking. You've seen the interview. He's speaking about how he's enjoying playing as a 10. But caveat, he said, "I'm enjoying playing as a 10, creating goals and scoring goals, but I want to get on the ball as much as possible. That's where I feel I'm at my best." I'm so glad he sees it. Obviously, he knows himself well, better than anyone. But I'm glad he's still trying to push that narrative of being a box to box or
number 8
player.
Yeah, that's where I want him at, man.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame we haven't got Charlie Alcaraz to fill in at 10.
I agree.
Because there's been a game where they played together and they look great.
I don't know. Like, I think Everton. I think they do need to target number 10. I think. Yeah. I do like Alcaraz, but I think there needs to be a bit more competition there. And Dishbro's done a very good season in that 10, but I've said all season, mate, if you want the best out of this guy, who is a top footballer, he's got to be playing as a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, he needs to be making things happen everywhere, not just in the final third or on counter-attacks or in the box. He can do everything, so we should be trusting him to do everything.
Agreed.
PSG as well gave Chelsea loads of trouble with their press.
Yeah.
And do you know what? There's been times this season where we've pressed really, really well.
Really, really well.
I think we can properly go after Chelsea in this one.
Especially that back line, because they are garbage.
Yeah, it's
pure straight garbage.
Huge reason for playing Beto in it, pretty much.
Yeah, it's an absolute nuisance. Constant press, run, press Robert Sanchez, who apparently he's one of the best keepers in the league.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't think so. Press him, press that back line, make him make mistakes, cause mistakes. They will make mistakes, 100%.
Yeah, they're being asked to play in a way that produces mistakes, and because Rosina's new, it's kind of one of them ways like you learn on the job and you learn from your mistakes.
He doesn't have a defensive partnership that play together.
No, exactly. And there's no experience there. No experience. Kukurea, yes, but he's left back. He needs experience in the middle. They could really do with Tarkovsky.
Yeah, they could.
They could actually as well.
Well, that's a shame. Wait! Hold that.
300 million, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this might backfire. This might backfire massively, but I genuinely think if we get into their faces, make it horrible, it's at home, the perfect arena to be horrible at right now, because how toxic everything is. We could make it horrible in a good way. If we press them, unsettle them, because they're young players, they're not going to like it. We can make them quite easily. What would your idea... So, hold my hands up. The injuries website says Brantford and Tarkovsky may be back. So, considering that, what would your lineup be?
Well, if they're back, I'll go Pickford, Mikolenko, Brantford, Tarkovsky, O'Brien, or I'd play Patson. I've said the whole time. I don't really understand why he's not getting any more minutes, to be honest.
Back of the Scotland squad.
Yeah, it's really odd to me. But and this is where it gets tough against Chelsea. Who do I play against Chelsea in the 2? Or do we play a flat 3? No, actually, because if we want to press Chelsea heavy, I think you want Dijbro on that 10, don't we, really?
Yeah,
ideally.
He orchestrates it all the time.
Yeah, like he is the cog in the machine. So I'll probably go Timmy Burnham or Idrissa Gueye. Which one? Who do I go for? I'm going to go Idrissa Gueye in that big game. Yeah. With James Garner. I'm going to go Dewsbury on the 10. And I will stick with McNeil on the right. Is it? Yeah, on the right, because he's been phenomenal past 3 games. He's been really, really, really good.
No real reason to drop him.
Yeah, no. With a Jai on the left, and I'd go better up front, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have gone for as well. There's not really much choice.
No, it's not.
In an ideal world, Tyreek George, but obviously we found out we can't do that.
Yeah,
so that's fun. The bench options for this game are going to be, if Barry isn't there...
I got a feeling he won't be. I reckon Moyes will tell him to do one. Stay home for the week, I reckon.
It's a statement if so, because they're pretty sure it's international break after this round, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, and I'm cooked. I don't know what videos I'm going to make, but there you
go. I'm excited for the time off. But then again, if we do win this one, huge before an international break. And by the way, in the predictions pod we did, I said Brentford would poo the bed. I said they would.
Yeah,
just 3 goals after being 2-0 up.
Yeah, bottom of 2-0 lead against bottom of the league.
Once it starts to mean something and people expect, there's an expectancy on you,
they start to crumble.
Yeah. And so, like, even with our defeat against Arsenal, it doesn't matter. Because we're doing the chasing. It's the best position to be in. The win against Chelsea massively ruffles their feathers. I
agree, and I said in my video the other day, I think Everton will beat Brentford, and if we do beat Brentford, Europe's on.
Yeah.
100 million%.
That's the big one. That's 100% the season-defining game. Hopefully,
biggest game of the season against Brentford,
everybody back, everybody in good spirits. Because that win, if we get it against Brentford, sets us up beautifully for the Merseyside derby.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Telling you lot now, we're going to win. It's going to happen.
They're playing in half an hour against Galatasaray. You'll be watching this and you will have known the score. But Galatasaray, do something for me, please.
Come on, Victor. I'm too short, buddy.
Exactly. And we've also been sent in questions. Most of the questions we got sent in were about AFCON, which we've covered, were about Tino Barry, which we covered. But this question is an interesting one from Kieran.wxm, Kieran Wrexham. How would you feel if Njai left this summer? Obviously, I'll kick off. We would feel great.
No.
Simple as. However, it's obviously price dependent.
Yeah. It's kind of is water wet, is grass is green, is sky blue question. Yes. I'll be very, very sad. And I don't want it to happen. But I think it will happen.
26 soon.
Yeah.
1 more year.
But we would get a lot of money for him.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
And it's one of them where I feel like if we got... This is hopeful thinking from me, wishful thinking, that if we got Europa League, I feel like he may be inclined to stay.
Yes, maybe.
Champions League offers difficult. Do you know what I find weird about wanting to play Champions League football? Like, somebody will go to Olympiacos because they get to play Champions League football. What does it mean if you just, like, what does it matter if you just go out in the group stage anyway? I've never got that.
I think it's weird, and I think if we get Conference, for example, like I've said, I think we'll win it.
Yeah, as a Prem club, you have to.
You have to really, as a Prem club, you have to be getting to the semi-finals at that minimum.
Yeah, Palace is trying their best not to win it at the minute.
I know. Yeah, they stink at all, but they'll probably end up somehow winning that at all.
Yeah, I can't believe last season I was jealous of Crystal Palace.
I know.
How did they get to here? Yeah, so to summarise, we would be quite sad if Njai left, but hopefully the owners are smart enough to reinvest it properly. And
which worries me, but yeah.
If we got loads of money for Njai, say we got like 80 to 90 mil for him, right? Obviously it would be reinvested. There's been positivity on Twitter that all the money Everton are bringing in this summer is going to be invested into the squad.
Yeah.
Moyes is going to have... He could be in a sticky situation where he's just got youngsters to pick and he won't pick any of them.
I think if Everton have got that kind of disposable cash, I got a feeling they might get rid of him.
Yeah, it's a big... do you trust that manager? Because obviously the question always is like, do you trust the manager to spend the money? The manager's not the one spending the money.
No. I trust David Moyes. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I don't trust him to get the best out of these young players. I've got to be honest, and I think it's shown this season that I just don't think he cares. I think he's at the end stage of his career. He doesn't really care about really trying to integrate these youngsters in the side when he really should be.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if Everton is a project, does David Moyes, what's his thoughts on the project itself? Because if you don't see yourself as part of a long-term project, why would you do all this work to set up your successor for success? That was hard to say. So that's a good question. If Njai goes, it might topple some dominoes.
Yeah.
And then next question is interesting, and it sets us up for a future pod really well. But who are your ideal signings for the summer? W Moss 2100 asks, and we're not going to say who they are just yet because there's going to be a whole podcast on this, and we'll do 20 positions. Why not? But there's not even 20 positions on the pitch. We'll do 20 players, 10 each. But we can talk about the areas we should strengthen, and obviously the fullbacks. We've said it since we started this pod, haven't we? Like we need fullbacks. Question now of striker though, because we both said like that's all right. If Beto goes, yeah, maybe. But now is kind of, do we need a striker?
I'm not a fan of throwing players out and chucking them away after an incident like that. I personally say no. If Beto goes, or if Barry now goes because of this incident, yeah, of course we need a striker. But I don't know. I don't want to put a narrative out there that the situation that's gone on with Barry has completely destroyed his future here. Like, it can be resurrected. Mm-hmm. Will it? I have no idea.
We're all fickle as football fans. We'll let things go.
Correct.
So, I feel like if we... The way around it for me is you get somebody in to complement Barry, not to replace him. So you can get somebody like, I don't know, Ivan Toney.
Leave the pressure off him a little bit. Just let him try and develop at a respectable pace.
Yeah, exactly.
And not be chucked in the lion's den, because sometimes players thrive off that. Sometimes they don't. And I don't think Barry has.
Exactly. And something like numbers are really promising. Really promising. So we just don't create much chances.
As I've stated so many times as we have, he's got plenty of properties to be a really good number 9. But he's still very raw. He's still in a development stage. A lot of fans aren't happy about that. They wanted more. Fair enough. But the signs are there for him to be a top striker.
Yeah. Lukaku has ruined the generation.
Yeah.
Giving us too much.
He spoiled.
Yeah, spoiled. That's the word. So, one more position I feel like we probably will look towards in the summer. Right wing.
Yeah.
Do you think McNeil will go? Are these shop window performances?
Yeah. I think Everton cash it on deal.
Yeah, Palace come back. He stinks of going to a newly promoted side, at Coventry or something.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough. You do well for him.
McNeil is a good player.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's very techy, underrated on the ball. He's got a wallop of a left foot, mate. He's genuinely a good player. He's not a winger, is he?
No.
His own game hinders his own game. Like, he's a good footballer, but you have to play him in a system that suits him. He's not a very adaptable footballer, and if Everton want to progress, I just don't see him being a part of Everton. Like, I like Toy McNeil. I've always have liked him, but
yeah, he served us well, but it's one of them where it's like
it's time.
Cling on. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of outs, possibly, with the money apparently we've got to spend. Spending money always means money comes back in through one way or the other. And there's a lot of chopping and changing needed.
Correct.
If you're watching this and you've done well to get this far, let us know the positions or even some potential signings you'd like us to discuss, because we'll happily discuss any potential Everton signings. Gives us some hope. And yeah, Jack, you've got anything else you want to mention?
Get in the comments, let us know. David Moyes next season or no?
Do we trust?
Is it time for him to go? Or, like me, I think we keep him for one more year. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Okay. There you go. See you next week.
Goodbye.